This is about bulk document updates. And I really want to do this because I want to get a video on it because I know it's pretty popular. And this is the ability to update documents in bulk. So basically it means being able to send off a whole lot of certificates or a whole lot of emails to a student in bulk. And you will have access to this because this is something that's available. It's functional within the trainer portal, and we link to the trainer portal, which you're going to have access to. So let's just go back there. So this is about bulk document updates. It's about sending emails, certificates, and notifications in bulk. It's going to be really helpful to those organizations that want to send off bulk notifications to students or send off certificates in bulk to students once they've completed their courses. So let's answer some questions. Why update documents in bulk? And then I'm going to tell you what does a bulk document update even mean, and what does it look like, and then finally how to set it up. And it's really easy. It's simple to set up, which is great. Okay, so why would you want to update in bulk? If you've got many students on your course and you want to send off any step, apply any step that's applicable to all of them, it's a lot of work to do, right? Because you've got to go through and update each student separately. And if you want to send emails to students, it can be tedious doing it one at a time. If you have a sudden change in a venue or a trainer, or you need to send out certificates, or you need an ad hoc reminder to students. Students are going to be starting on Monday. On Thursday, you go, we've got to remind them. Or on Friday, you say, oh, we've got to remind them. You want to be able to send off a message to all of those students starting that course, nice and quickly and easily. So what does this do? This actually uses a feature in the trainer portal. So the trainer portal has this ability to update and send process steps or apply process steps to documents in bulk, which is pretty handy. It allows the selection of all the documents at once. You can select everybody's enrollment and then just send it off. You can then opt out for certain documents. So you can select them all and then choose some students you don't want to send the message to or don't want to apply the step for. It applies the steps, and emails are sent by default. So you can't avoid sending the emails. If you want to apply a step and then not send emails but still apply the step, then you might have to choose to do it manually. Your login needs to be linked to the master or the course date to be able to get access to this service. So it's actually only given on a per course date basis. So for yourself, I recommend you add yourself to all of the course masters, and you might already be there. Add your login to all of those course masters. The step has to be shown on the path. Okay, so on the workflow path, we need to make sure that we've got the step to display in the trainer portal. Okay, so this is what you get to see. You follow a button on the left. So on the left here, we've got a button. When you're editing a course date, you'll see a bulk document update button. So when you follow that button, you end up on this page, which has a list of all the students, all of the documents that are on that particular course. And you can click on the select all to select them all. And then you click on save after you've chosen your step. So you chose your step and click on save, and then it'll apply that step to all of those students. I've got an example of that in a moment so you can see it. Does that make sense, Namgay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, Scott, I was wondering, when you have to edit any course information or any emails to the student, you can do that in bulk because we are giving the same information to all the students. How does it happen when it's with the certificate?
Sorry, I couldn't understand the question. Sorry, that it was quite muffled.
When you do the bulk emails,
yes,
we can do the emails in bulk because we are giving the same information to the students, to all the students.
Yes.
But how does it happen in case of certificates? Because we are giving different certificates to different students.
So in this case, if you wanted to send a certificate off to all of the students in using the bulk update facility, you would choose the step and apply it, and the certificate gets attached to the email that is sent to the student.
Okay, so it will be automatically the ones in their names.
It's automatically attached to the email that gets sent to the student.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay, so here's a little animation showing you. We've clicked through to the trainer portal. We've selected everyone. We've chosen our step and we've clicked on save. It says our changes have saved. And you'll notice that these update here. So just wait till it begins again. You see, this is the first step. We're at reminder to attend. We've selected everybody. We choose the step. And then over here we click on save. And then after the alert comes up, all of the current steps change and update. Now they say send statement and they're unticked. Okay, so that's how that bulk sending or bulk applying steps works. But you notice that there's a limited number of steps here because this is within the trainer portal. So we provide only certain steps within the trainer portal. Okay, so how does that work? How do we make sure those steps appear in the trainer portal? So when you're editing a path, you have, well, first of all, we have to set up the login. So the login has access to the trainer portal, and we've got to link the login to the master or course date. And we've got to ensure the step is visible in the trainer portal. Okay, so here you can see when you're editing a login, that's your own login, you've got to say you've got access to the trainer portal. And the basic or base license doesn't allow you to do that because you don't have access to the trainer portal, but the next license up does, so you're going to get that soon. And then you've got to make sure that you've got your role, your login is linked to the masters. Okay, you must link your login to the masters of the courses that you want to do this bulk update for. And then finally, when it comes to the path, so the path of the workflow for the particular course, and usually there's just one path for all of your courses, just make sure that you've ticked the particular step that you would like to apply or like to send off to the or have access to in the trainer portal. So make sure visible in the trainer portal is ticked. So the tips about using this, so that's pretty much it. So the tips about using this is add to the masters, so add your login to the masters for access to all the course dates. All users of the trainer portal get access to the steps, okay? So when you make the step accessible, it's not just yourself, it's also other trainers will have access to that, so just be aware of that. It's not useful to process steps without email. So if you want to send a step but don't want to send an email, which sometimes you do, sometimes you don't want to send an email, then you don't really want to use that update. There are some instances where that might be applied, but probably not too many. You can only apply the bulk on a per course date basis. So you can send out a bulk set of emails or a bulk set of certificates on a per course basis. It's not so useful to all students. If you want to do all students and send them to everybody you've got, then you should probably do an export and email, so export the documents and email to the students, or you could use a plugin integration with MailChimp. So that's another good way of being able to link to and send off bulk emails to all of your students. That's quite useful too. Okay, and we've got the quiz. Let's see if we can make it 3 out of 3. So what should be checked if a user can't access the portal? So if a user, if yourself, you can't access the portal and apply this bulk document update, what should we check? Should we check to see that display in trainer portal is checked? Or does the user login have access to the trainer portal? Is the login linked to the master or the course date? And finally, does the login have the special extraordinary tag?
Let's see. Let's see. I'm confused.
Yeah, it's both. B, does the user login have access to the trainer portal, and is the login linked to the master or the course date? Yeah, that's right. Yep. It should work if you've got these two things done. So if you've got that done, then you should be fine. If you wanted to send a message to all students using the send notification step, regardless of their course, how could this be done? A, it can't be done. B, bulk update on all course dates and apply the send notification step. Use MailChimp to send the emails to students, or export all documents, filter, and then send an email.
Let's see.
Yes, you can do C. You can also do D.
Mm.
And you can also, if you wanted to, you could go through each of your courses and do the bulk update that way. So if you've only got 3 or 4 courses running, then it's probably just as easy just to go into each of those courses and do a bulk update on each of those courses, and then you've sent them to all the current students.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's another question. Which statement about the bulk document update feature is or are not true? So you can choose to send emails or not. Steps update immediately on screen on save. You can send an email to everyone at once. Or exports, for example, USI will also be applied and certificates generated, which is not true. There you go. These are the 2 that aren't true. So A, you can choose to send emails or not, because you can't. They just send all the emails. And then you can send an email to everyone at once. I guess everyone means all students on all courses, basically. So that's not possible.
So we're sending bulk emails only to, when we're doing bulk emails, it's only going to the students which are in the same course.
That's right. It only sends to people who are on that same course. That's right. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So activity, ensure your login is linked to the master and you have access to the trainer portal. So do that. That's the first step. So if you can access the trainer portal, then great. And then advanced, try and do a bulk update on some documents. So check that the emails arrive and the steps change. So if you can see an opportunity to use that, then go for it. So as soon as we've got that next level license up, you can have access to all of those things.